Hello again. We're back with Jen Henry at Core Resolution Systems, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about Core Resolution Systems.
So it's definitely, I always had a hard time explaining what it is we do because it's such deep work that we do. But really, we're an organization that's super dedicated to helping people figure out who their best self is and step into that. So being able to figure out who they are, what they want, where they want to go, and then we create a plan to get there, and we walk together through the process of wherever they need to up level in their life.
Isn't it interesting that when you're young and you're planning your life and you're going to college and you have an idea of what you want to be, and then some point down the road when you've got a little bit of life experience, people get to a point where they go, okay, now what?
Well, we've all been programmed, right?
Right?
We've all been programmed that this is the way it should be. This is what it should look like. Should. And that's just not true.
Right. We do have a lot of outside influences telling us who we are, what we're supposed to be doing.
Especially with social media the way it is today. I mean, I see the average age of suicide right now is 14 to 17 or 14 to 21, something ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the fact that there's so much outside influence or social influence. And so it's really important to us here at CRS that we help the person become their own individual again. Or for the first time.
And without judgment.
Without
any judgment.
Absolutely.
Growing up, our parents tell us who we are, right?
And so we almost have to unprogram you.
We do.
Right? It's almost like we have to deprogram our minds and our belief systems. And so what we do is we go in and we help people shift on the level of belief and identity. So what we believe to be true about the world and how we identify in that world. Because we've been programmed to believe certain things.
Absolutely.
And identify in certain ways. And it doesn't, in all fairness, most of the time it's bullshit.
Yeah. And sometimes something happens that alters your worldview.
Absolutely.
And then you're really thrown in need a coach.
Like drug addiction or living on the streets or rape or any kind of traumatic experience.
Any kind of trauma.
Makes us put up these walls and have this certain way to identify with the world that there's something wrong with us, that the world's not okay, that the world is evil, or that you can't trust anyone, when that's just not the truth. It's definitely true in some cases, absolutely, and I've definitely been a victim in many cases, and I've definitely been someone who had to acknowledge that life isn't always amazing, right? It's
right.
Not, but we have the ability to shift the way that we feel about things,
or how we respond
to things.
Right.
Yeah, instead of reacting, we can respond. And what does that look like?
And so that's part of the journey that you hope to take people
Absolutely.
on philosophically, but what does it look like actually? Like if I came to you and I said, I'm thinking about making some changes in my life and I really need some help doing it.
I would definitely ask you what you want. That's what it comes down to. I think the first session with people, when they come to me and they want to work with me, I ask them, okay, if I waved a magic wand, and you'll hear any life coach ask this question, if you could walk through a door and walk into anything, any kind of life, or if I could wave a magic wand over the course of 90 days or 6 months, what would your ideal life look like? What would you be experiencing that you're not experiencing right now? And then I would want to know why.
Do people know?
No,
do people know?
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
And so it tends to be a good hour and a half session.
Sure.
And we just keep digging. And we figure out, okay, so for example, a lot of people come to me because of my fitness background. And they want to look a certain way.
Okay.
And that's great. Why? Because there's a reason that you don't look that way right now. Mm-hmm. So there's some part of you that's not wanting you to look that way.
Well, it's interesting.
And then there's a part of you that wants to look that way. So what is the part that wants to look that way? What do they think that part of you, what do you think you're going to get out of it?
Right. And so because you asked me that question, because early on in our friendship, I mentioned something about wanting to be smaller and stronger. And you said, why? And I said, because there's an awful lot of things out there that I want to do that I need to be smaller and stronger for.
Like
lots
what?
of adventures. Skydiving, just sitting in an airplane seat comfortably,
You're talking about that too, yeah.
Walking the Great Wall of China, windsurfing,
How important is it for you to be able to do those things on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, it's everything right now because I figure I only have 20 years left, So this 20 years ought to be jam-packed full of joy.
So those are some pretty good reasons.
Activities.
And so what do you feel like is the first step? And that's where it goes. And we go on from there.
Right.
So it's one of the things that I do like to express is that when you hire me as a consultant, it's completely different than when you hire me as a coach. They're two totally different things. So there's coaching, consulting, and therapy. I am not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I do not have a doctorate. I do not diagnose. I do not prescribe. I do not work with specifically diagnose people to cure anything.
Right.
What I do is I help my client become the expert of their own mind and body.
As they should be.
Right. And so what that looks like is there's multiple different ways we can work together. I'm working on evergreen programs right now, meaning automatic. You go on, you sign up, you do the program, and there's maybe a Facebook group that I would
So this is an
include in
online,
it. There's
evergreen's online.
Yeah, I will be
Okay.
creating online programs for that. I do have online programs. I'm not hosting one right now, but I will be. I am still indecisive of whether or not the upcoming Fit and Focused program will be accessible via online. If we do, we will probably still meet in person here at Core Resolution Systems, and then there will be a live feed for those who are wanting to take it online. Not sure if I'm going to make that accessible yet, but I will definitely put together an online version for Fit and Focused where we would meet once a week virtually on Zoom, and we meet for 10 weeks. It's 10 women for 10 weeks. Definitely also looking at doing a small men's group because I have about 5 gentlemen that are interested in this as well. So if you're a gentleman that's interested in doing it, when I get a certain amount together, then I will definitely love to put that together. But for example, Fit and Focused will be 10 women, 10 weeks in person, and with just one focus, them, and up-leveling and balancing out every area of their life so that they're fit mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And at the end of the 10 weeks, they'll have been able to create a solid foundation of who they are, what they want in their life, and be on the road to getting that, if not having already achieved the goal that they set out.
So for anybody who includes fitness or health in their plan, they should come and see you for Fit and Focused.
For anyone that wants to.
For anyone that
For
wants
anyone
to.
that wants to learn how to get health and fitness as a priority in their life, that is what we will be focusing on. And then other ways are definitely I have my one-on-ones and my one-on-one VIPs. Those are much more intimate. They range from 90 days to 6 months most
But
of
you
the time.
give those VIP clients a lot of intensive TLC.
I can only take on, I'm full right now, and so I can only take on, I will have an opening in just a few weeks. I'll be wrapping up with a client. And so I'm super excited to be able to have an open spot coming up because I've been working with these women for a long time and they keep rolling over. And so being able to create new space for someone is and
exciting.
I'm actually looking at opening up another day for coaching so I can create an extra space for someone, but it is a lot. It's a minimum of 90 days. It's daily communication via either the Voxer or the Marco Polo app, which is just either video communication or voice communications. So you have access to me literally every day from 7 to 7, and then we meet once a week for 90 minutes for an intensive one-on-one session. And it gets deep and it gets raw and it gets real and it's amazing. And I've been so blessed and so grateful to be a part of some of these transformations that I've seen where literally they walk out as different human beings and so capable and so motivated and so just in charge of their own life and their own decisions and their own experiences, and it's just a beautiful thing to see.
And don't you feel like a proud mama?
Oh God, it's so exciting. It's amazing. It just literally is what wakes me up every single day and drives me to do this work more and more, and why I want to be able to scale this business and bring this to the community the way that I with workshops and different group programs, because I want to be able to serve more people.
Yeah, it's really fun to see you living out your passion. And you're inspirational, inspire so many people. Well, thanks so much, Jen Henry.
Thanks so
Until
much,
next
Alison.
time, we'll see you later.
Always a good time.
Bye.